Mukbangs, pronounced by some as mukbangs, are a popular type of video that really needs to go extinct. It needs to be wiped from the face of the planet, like that early 2000s trend of wearing layered polo shirts with popped collars. Because much like that awful fashion choice, mukbangs aren't pretty to look at, nor do they do any favors for the person trying to pull them off. If you're unfamiliar with this video genre, don't worry, there's really not much to them. They're so simple, they make Wendy's fast food training videos from the early 90s look like high art.
Drinks, cold. Are you ready? Here we go. Soft drinks, lemonade, water, cold tea. It's up to you, it's up to me. Cold drinks come in 4 cups. Gotta know the size before you fill it up.
First though, a little history. Mukbangs as a genre can trace their ancestral roots all the way back to the ancient times, the early 2010s. Digital anthropological excavations, otherwise known as Google search, reveals they originated in South Korea, where people would simply live stream themselves eating a meal. This is where the genre's name comes from, a combination of the Korean words myeongyeon, which means eating, and bangsong, which means broadcast. Experts theorize that mukbangs gained traction because it allowed people who typically ate alone to have some company. And I want to be clear, these aren't the types of videos I'm going to be ranting about. The classic mukbang, as you could call it, fostered community and a healthy connection with others, and that's not something I find terrible. What I'm going to be talking about is what the classic mukbang evolved into over the years as it spread like a disease. Shameless gorge fests with obscene amounts of food that promote gluttony and wastefulness. Imagine if everyone's favorite disembodied green blob Slimer from the movie Ghostbusters and his nasty, greedy, piggish personality were a YouTube genre. That's almost how bad it is. These types of videos are bafflingly harmful. They're terrible for participants' health, they're utterly insulting to people who can't put food on the table, and they promote this horrible lifestyle choice to millions worldwide, inspiring them to take part so they too can get a slice of that viewership pie. In reality, they're no better than other stupid things people have created to make an extra buck, like living lizard jewelry and baby mops. But there may be some of you out there asking, can they really be that bad? And to that I answer, of course not. They're worse. Making a mukbang video is one of, if not the unhealthiest things you can do to your body. They exercise the human physique in all the wrong ways. Because even though the video genre's formula is simple, an integral part of that equation is eating from an obscenely large portion size. Portion sizes that dwarf the bodies of the people consuming them. And they are consisting of kale, broccoli, spinach, you know, the food types that help your body stay alive the most. The most consistently popular videos in the genre showcase people eating the greasiest, fattiest, junkiest food that mankind has invented. Take YouTuber Eric the Electric, who in his 500,000 subscriber special consumed a mukbang consisting of McDonald's, Denny's, Panda Express, Taco Bell, In-N-Out Burger, and a 1-pound cheesecake, totaling 17,000 calories in less than an hour.
This is for 500,000 subscribers. I went to 5 different, well actually technically 6 different places. I have breakfast, I have lunch, I have dinner. This is the ultimate fast food mukbang challenge. The total calories for this entire mukbang is gonna be listed like right there for you guys.
To put that into perspective, the 2020 to 2025 dietary guidelines for Americans recommends that an active 18-year-old eat about 3,200 calories per day to stay healthy, and that's at the high end of things. Because men are generally advised to eat more calories than women, and because your metabolism slows as you age, meaning your caloric needs decrease over time. Eric the Electric is eating for over 5 18-year-olds in this one video. There's also a point where he lists the amount of carbs, fat, and sodium he's ingesting with the meal, and wouldn't you know it, it's off the charts as well. 15,000 milligrams of sodium? You're just eating spoonfuls of salt at that rate. And this isn't the only video this guy has done. He's still active, and over the years since he's made this mukbang, he's also eaten 10 times the recommended serving sizes for a day, eaten only foods doctors say to avoid for a day. And he's also survived 24 hours eating like fellow YouTuber Nikado Avocado. Hi, Nick the video editor here with a small correction. It's actually pronounced Nikocado Avocado, like with an O, as in Ohio, Iowa, glaucoma. So every time I mispronounce it, just imagine I've got that O in there. Think of glaucoma. That should make things better. Okay, back to the video. Which brings me to the next popular creator I want to talk about, the self-proclaimed king of mukbangs. McDonald's, spicy chicken, Takis, Arby's, Dairy Queen, Takis, seafood, pizza, Takis. Nikado Avocado has done every artery-clogging, cholesterol-heightening food you can imagine, and he's made a career out of it. You scroll through his channel page, and it's like getting a glimpse into a world where the vegetable is a myth. There's not a speck of green in any of his thumbnails. Except that time he ate green Takis. And in one of his latest videos on his second channel, More Nikocado, he weighs himself, coming in at 350 pounds.
353.6 pounds.
Pretend she didn't see that.
And this is right before he eats from a cornucopia of Jollibee and Kentucky Fried Chicken. Now, I just want to say that compared to a video he posted a year and a half ago, he claims to weigh about 50 pounds less. So the fact that he's lost some of it is fantastic. I hope he can keep going with things.
I weigh 389.8 pounds.
But I doubt that consuming a mountain of burgers, fries, fried chicken, and lasagna from Jollibee and Kentucky Fried Chicken is gonna help with that, since the combined calorie count of that has got to rival the age of human civilization. I wanted to include Nikado Avocado in this video because he's sort of like the endgame of mukbangers in my opinion. His reality is ultimately what lies at the journey's end, and I wouldn't necessarily call it a happy ending. Here's him from 7 years ago.
Hi guys, good morning. I hope that you slept well, like I did. I'm still a little tired, but it's morning time nonetheless.
This is him last month.
That's really good.
It's like two completely different people. While again, any kind of weight loss is admirable, and I believe that he can keep going, 350 pounds is still more than double of what someone of his height and age should be. Having that extra fat increases the risk of heart attack, stroke, diabetes, musculoskeletal disorders, and even some types of cancer, according to the World Health Organization. Even if you're exercising a lot like Eric the Electric claims to.
Another workout done. Still sweating off all those donuts.
Ultra-processed food is still loaded with saturated fat, sugar, and sodium with little vitamins and minerals, making it difficult for the body to run itself regardless of how much it weighs. Now, you might be thinking that because creators like Nikado Avocado and Eric the Electric are big YouTubers, having millions of subscribers between them, that maybe they're trying to play up their serving sizes to meet massive audience expectations. Maybe they're in the minority, and the genre is a lot healthier than they make it out to be. Wrong. Even the smaller channels with, say, less than 500,000 subscribers also have these enormous serving sizes of ultra-processed foods that they're trying to eat. Take ASMR Bro, a YouTuber with a measly 336,000 subscribers. He represents a massive subgenre in mukbangs where foodies dig into the sound effects of things. You want slapping, crunching, saliva slurping action that makes your brain feel like it's getting sucked out of your ears when you listen into it? He's your guy. And his serving size in one video consists of not just one, not two, not three, not four, but six Burger King Whoppers.
Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we are doing a Burger King mukbang video.
You think 336,000 subscribers is still big? Then take Akyangye Eat, a YouTuber with just over 73k, who recently posted a video of himself guzzling down 10 pounds of beef ribs. You think that's too big? Take Hungry George, a YouTuber with just 5.5k, who specializes in massive amounts of sugary sweets, including, but certainly not limited to, Oreo cheesecake, Krispy Kreme sliders, M&M pizza, and whatever this is. It's everywhere, and these videos didn't even take that long to find. Thanks to our handy dandy YouTube algorithm, the more you watch, the more just sort of pop up. It's like trying to get some vanilla soft serve and then having the machine break. Next thing you know, you've got a steady stream of people from all over the world who are throwing away their health and fitness for clicks and views melting onto your computer screen. I mean, we're practically giving Black Mirror ideas for episodes. But not only are these types of videos incredibly unhealthy for the people participating in them, no, our journey unfortunately doesn't end there. They're astonishingly wasteful too. As of the making of this video, there are about 8.1 billion people living on planet Earth, and according to the United Nations, 783 million of them face chronic hunger. And you've got content creators like Maddie Eats eating 6 types of biryani, all by herself. You've got content creators like Gongzam Table, where it's just one person eating enough fried chicken, pork cutlet, and black bean noodles to feed a family of 5. In spite of all these people in the world struggling to have access to the basic commodity of food, you have these YouTubers, hands sticky with excess, gorging themselves right in front of them. In fact, if you scroll through the comment section on these videos, you'll find them living vicariously through their mukbang host. You'll find people who can't feed themselves feeding these hosts with clicks, views, and subscriptions so they can feed themselves. Take a few examples.
Who else is watching hungry?
Watching this knowing I can't buy this stuff.
Why do I do this to myself hungry as fuck?
Who is watching at night 2 o'clock and you are hungry?
I'm so hungry. He was eating and earning. We are watching and watering.
Fun fact, according to the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, we actually produce enough food to feed everyone alive today. But problems inhibit the availability of that food. One of them being the staggering fact that 1/3 of all the food produced worldwide just gets wasted. For instance, according to the World Food Program USA, in developed countries, up to 40% of food is wasted simply because people buy more than they need to consume. Sound familiar? I'm not saying mukbangs are solely responsible for this statistic. What I am saying though is that they're helping alleviate it about as much as Vladimir Putin is helping mankind achieve world peace. To make matters even worse, a majority of these mukbang hosts don't even actually eat the food. See, to avoid excessive weight gain, it's not uncommon for mukbangers to spit out what they're eating and then cut out the parts where they do. This was the case for mukbanger Eat with Boki, who in 2020 came under fire from the community after she was accused of editing her videos to hide her doing exactly this. She's like a magician. The food in her mouth just mysteriously disappears. You might think that this was an isolated incident, but based on the sheer number of mukbangers who show absolutely no weight gain, even after years of eating these massively unhealthy portion sizes, it's safe to say she's not the only one doing this. I'm sorry to ruin the illusion for you. It's just not physically possible to stay super thin when you're eating 17,000 calories for a single YouTube video and making a career out of it. Now, there may be some who insist that this isn't always possible because of uncut mukbang videos that show the person eating from start to finish with no cuts in between. And to them, I have to say, there's other ways to purge food from your body than spitting it out. Not only is this a colossal waste of perfectly good food, but it's a waste of time for the employees who cooked it in the first place. Hard-working, underpaid chefs who spent time to fry up that McDonald's cheeseburger and get it grilled to appease Ronald McDonald standards, even though it's just gonna end up puked into the toilet at the end of the day. Yet, despite all of this, despite what it does to people who make the videos, despite how it wastes perfectly good food in a world where hundreds of millions face starvation, support for these videos has never been higher. When I say these videos are popular, I'm talking like the amount of people searching for this type of content makes Michigan Stadium at max capacity look like a few guys watching a football game at a bar in Detroit. Over 5.5 million people search for mukbangs every month. Take this video where YouTuber Soo Young eats a giant king crab all by herself. 15 million views. That's the equivalent of over 130 Michigan stadiums at max capacity. This skinny YouTuber eats a huge crab, and it's only got like 17,000 dislikes compared to 100,000 likes. This is also a YouTuber who's been accused of animal cruelty because she's eaten visibly distressed sea creatures while they're still alive for her videos. And yet in spite of this, she's not only still making content, she's amassed over 11 million subscribers. Even more recently, a video of her eating 5-foot-long octopus legs amassed over 44 million views. And I just gotta say, what the hell is going on with that thumbnail? Let's figure out another way to make this video genre gross, why don't we? Why does she gotta do that? Stop that right now. And for those of you who think my filthy little mind is making something up, she does it again, and again, and again, and again. This lady knows exactly what she's doing. Meanwhile, YouTube creator Zach Choi ASMR leaves her video in the dust with his own that's eclipsed 61 million views. The point I'm trying to make here is that this is one of the heaviest hitting genres on the entire YouTube platform, and with that incredible popularity comes influence. Aspiring content creators are going to do what they always do, emulate the popular stuff. They're not going to see a toxic genre, they're going to see dollar signs, baby. And many already have. It's not hard to find aspiring mukbang channels, ladies and gentlemen. They populate the underbelly of YouTube like barnacles on a billionaire's summer season weekends only yacht. And that's just creators. I haven't even mentioned the fact that the viewers watching this type of content, salivating over it, living through their hosts, are being conditioned to want exactly what they're watching: obscene amounts of unhealthy food. It's like with each passing video, there's a ripple effect spreading this gluttony-filled, food-wasting culture further and wider, in a world where 783 million people suffer from chronic hunger. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is why mukbangs are no good. Now, because this video turned out a lot more serious than I thought it would, I'd like to lead things off on a slightly more upbeat note by suggesting all the different types of things you could watch that would be a better use of your time than mukbangs. Things including, but certainly not limited to, people sleeping, paint drying, grass growing, wine fermenting with the barrel lid closed, paper yellowing, your father mellowing, a bottle of aviation gin decomposing in a landfill, Pluto as it makes a complete orbit around the sun, the element xenon 124 as it decays, an element with a half-life of only 19 quintillion years, and of course, the line at the DMV. Watch what you watch when it comes to eating, and above all else, don't be afraid to try a salad every once in a while.